Hi there, it's LaShanda Henry here, aka Sister Sense. Hello, hello, hello. I am hosting a web class today so that I can talk to you about how to get everything that you want, how to make time for the things that you want in your life, on your journey right now, and throughout the next couple of days, even couple of years. Okay, so I'm so excited to have you here with me. My name is LaShanda Henry, aka Sister Sense, and I'm all about that fire, 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 fire. For me, as an entrepreneur, as an infopreneur, as somebody who's really passionate about teaching and reaching and inspiring people to create their new normals and best lives, it's all about what you can strategically do with what you have right now. I love the quote, start where you are, do what you can with what you have. So today I'm going to talk about, once again, how to make time for the things that you want in your life. If you are new to me, welcome, welcome for the first time. If you've been here before, I want you to say hello, let me know who you are. Happy Sunday to you. I love Sunday. Happy, beautiful, and blessed Sunday to you. Let me know who you are, where you're calling, live streaming from or watching the replays from, so I can check in and say hello. Okay, so I'm going to try this without my glasses. Thank you for the hearts and the love. I'm going to try this without my glasses to see how how deep into the conversation I can get before I'm like, I can't see you. I can't see what you're saying. So I said to you, I love Sundays. One of my favorite quotes is, a Sunday well spent brings a week of content. And when you think about this conversation about how do you make time for the things that you want, you've got to start off the conversation around what kind of content do you want to create for yourself, for the people you wish to serve in your life. Happy, happy Sunday. Mwah. Welcome to you, sweetie. Thanks for joining me today. You want to think about for yourself that kind of experience, from creating content for other people, for yourself, for building the life that you want. What do you want first? Okay, so the first part of this conversation is defining what you want to make time for. That's the first thing I want you to think about. So what are some things that you want right now? What are some things that you want to create in your life? What's the kind of content you want to create for other people as an entrepreneur? You can drop that into the comment box. You can think about it first yourself. You can share it with us right now. What do you want? Because in order for you to make time for the things you want, first you got to get clear about what it is that you actually want in your life. Okay? I know when people look at me, they're excited and they're inspired because I'm an information entrepreneur. I work at home. I get to sit on my porch and talk to you. I get to do training calls and coaching calls in my pajamas upstairs in my office. People are like, you have your own website, you have your own business, you have your own house, you have your own books, you speak, you do all this awesome stuff. These are things I wanted for myself. What do you want for yourself? I remember my son, he's almost 12 now. I can't believe he's almost 12 years old. I said to my hubby, when we moved from New York to North Carolina, at the time we moved here, and in the South you need to drive. I said, listen, I don't have a car. I'm a New York, Brooklyn girl. I'm used to the bus. I'm used to the train. Before my son can walk, I need a car. I want a car. And I made that happen because I wasn't going to be one of those moms with the babies in the stroller, and they're too grown for the stroller, and their legs are dragging because they're too old to be in a stroller. You know what I'm talking about. I wasn't going to be one of those moms. I knew that I wanted to have a car before my son was a certain age. I knew that I wanted to have a child before I reached a certain age. When I met my hubby, I said, listen, this relationship is going to go somewhere. And if you don't want it to go where I want it to go, because I want a child, I want children, I want a family. If those are not things that you want, if we're not in alignment now, it needs to be over. Just keeping it real, right? You've got to be clear about what is it. LOL, you laughing at me. I see you. You got to be clear about what it is that you want in your life. Because before we can even have the conversation about what you want to make time for, again, whether it's your personal goals, whether it's your business goals, your professional goals, your life goals, the content you want to create for yourself or other people, you've got to get clear about what you want. Again, drop in the comment box what you want, whether you're listening live or via the replays. Think about that for yourself. Share it with me. Share it with the universe. You want to attract what you want in your life. You got to be able to say it loud and say it proud. So I'm thinking right now, because I'm a business owner, I'm an entrepreneur, some things that I want right now in my business. I am all about content creation. I am all about hardcore springing into action. This is springtime, and I'm about springing into action and getting things done, because in the winter quarter, I was taking a break. I was slowing down. I was, Netflix and chilling. I was resting, recharging, relaxing, recuperating, so I could now, this second quarter, full force ahead, do what I want to do, create the kind of content that I want to create, work on building and attracting new people and doing all these amazing things. That's what I want now. What do you want now? What do you want now? As a matter of fact, as I'm sharing this with you, this conversation is inspired by my content creation challenge for information entrepreneurs at sistasense.com/CMC. Hey, sweetie, welcome. sistasense.com/CMC is my content creation challenge. 30 to 90 days. We're going to dig in, dig deep, and I'm going to show you how to create digital products and how to promote your information-based content online. That's what I'm excited about, and that's what I'm doing with the ladies in my circle. What do you want right now? What do you want right now? I want you to think about that. I want you to make a list of those things. Could be overarching things that you want to experience in your life, that you're asking the universe so that you can attract those things into your life. Could be things that you want to work on within the next 30 to 90 days. This conversation is about making time for the things that you want. It starts with you answering that question. What do you want right now? Ooh, it's exciting. You want to know about the challenge? The challenge is at sistasense.com/CMC. By the way, if you want to share this or tag someone, feel free to do that. Share this out, guys, with the people that you have in your circle. Yes, if you're interested, Kathy, Sherry, the challenge, it's at sistasense.com/CMC. It's the content creation challenge. It starts today. I'm so excited. My ladies in my mastermind, they already started getting their stuff and digging into it. You can start today. If you want to create digital products and learn how to promote those products, and you want to use social media and blogging and all that stuff to create content that's going to get people excited about you, if that's something that you want right now, it's at sistasense.com/CMC, the Content Creation Challenge. Got it? Awesome. Anybody who feels free, you can actually type it into the comment box and share it with people. That would be great for me if you can do that. sistasense.com/CMC for the Content Creation Challenge. Plus, we're going to do content marketing too, which is pretty cool. Okay, that aside. First part. Want to make time for the things that you want to do in your life and in your business? What do you want to do in your life and your business? Answer that question first, okay? Right now, I'm revved up. I'm springing into action, content creation in my business and showing the ladies in my circle, maybe even some of you guys, how to do that too. That's what I want to do, and that's what I'm making time for. So that's number one. Identify those things for yourself that you want. Number two, take the first step. Take the first step. One of my favorite motivational messages is as follows when it comes to focus and people being able to achieve the things that they want in their life. It goes as follows. Some people are not where they want to be because of the following. They're choosing Facebook over focus, Netflix over next level, and someday I will versus today I must. Think about that. How many times do we say, I don't have enough time in the day to get this done and this done and this done, but somehow we find in the time to spend hours and hours and hours on Facebook. We find in the time to binge watch our favorite shows on Netflix. We find in the time to tell ourselves, well, for this reason and this reason and this reason, I can't start it now. I'm going to do it later. But your next level begins where your comfort level ends. And in order for you to create the things that you want in your life, you have to not try and think about this statement of finding the time, but you have to make the time. Which means for me, you've got to think about how you're spending your time throughout the day. And take the first step to what you want. That's a little bit dark. Let me see if I can lighten myself up here. I hit the wrong thing, y'all. Okay, I think that's better. So think about that question. What are you doing with your day? What are you ready to make time for? How are you holding yourself back from the things that you want in your life? Because you're telling yourself you don't have enough time for it. You're telling yourself you don't have enough money for it. You're telling yourself you're not qualified to do it. Speak truth. You have to take the first step. So once you identify what exactly it is that you want in your life right now, what's the first step that you can take to move forward? I remember when I told my hubby, listen, my son cannot hit walking age and I don't have a car. I had taken driving lessons when I was in college. I went to Columbia University. I have a degree in computer science, right? I'm an Ivy girl. So I got my license years ago, but I moved from New York to North Carolina. I didn't have a car. And for so many years, I had my license and I wasn't driving, so I didn't know how to drive. At that point, I forgot everything that I learned. I was nervous. I was anxious. So I took the first steps. I got a driving instructor and I said, listen to him, I have my license, but I completely forgot everything. So talk to me like a baby. First step. I took the first step. Okay, I want to go buy a car, but I don't have the money, all the money that I want. So I saved up and I got a little under $3,000 so I could put a down payment on my first car. I took the first steps. What are the first steps you're going to take to make the time to get what you want? So inside of my content creation challenge, I talk about that. And for me, one of the first steps you can take when it comes to building your own information empire is to create easy digital products. Raise your hand. Anybody interested in creating their own digital products? Anybody want to create their own information empire? One of the ladies in my circle, she messaged me and I had the biggest smile on my face this past week. She messaged me and she said, LaShanda, you're my role model. I'm sitting here looking at your store, looking at all your products. I want to create all of this stuff too. You're inspiring me. And I'm like, yay, I'm excited because I love to motivate others. And you motivate others by being your best you, by living in your true self in your own skin, unapologetically, authentically being you, right? Right? And I'm like, listen, you don't have to wait to create your own empire. You can start now. You can start creating digital content now. You raise your hand. Awesome. Awesome. Raise them hands. You don't have to wait. It doesn't take a lot of money to do this. It doesn't take a lot of experience. You don't need to know a whole bunch of stuff about technology or digital product creation. You can do this now. Listen, you can do this now. I created a ton of information content today alone over the course of about 2 to 3 hours. And all I used was my phone and my Wi-Fi. Amen? Some folks, actually, one of the ladies in my mastermind, Real Talk, a few days ago, she said to me, LaShanda, I'm thinking about using Teachable. You know, what do you recommend? What platform do you need to use to create your own course? And I talked to her about that. I shared that in my mastermind group. And I also said, you know, to be honest with you, these platforms and these tools and all this stuff is cool, but you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars to start doing this stuff. You can actually get paid and start making money online for free. And trust me, I know people say you got to spend money to make money, and in some degree that is true. But honestly, you can get paid with free. Using free tools, using your phone and the Wi-Fi you already paying for to be on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Netflix and Hulu and all that other stuff. Amen? Make use of your Wi-Fi. Make use of your phone for doing other things beyond entertaining and relaxing and recharging. Monetize your message. Maximize your magic so that you can generate revenue. What do you want to do? What do you want to make time for right now? First thing I said to you, think about specifically what you want in your business and in your life. Second thing I said to you, identify the first step. So for me, I talked about my car and the first steps I took to get that car, which is paid off. I don't have no car note, no monthly bill. Bless God. Amen. The second thing I talked to you about was the content creation challenge that started today. And I said the first part of the content creation challenge is creating your first digital product. Now, some of you go, I want to monetize. I want to make money online. I want to build a membership website. I want to create a course. I want to have a program. And you want to have all of these larger than life things. I want to have 15, 20, 30 products. Yes, yes, yes. Anybody want that? You want to coach, you want to work with individuals, you want to work with a group, you want to have all of these different things, and you want it now. because we're in that instant gratification space. I get that. But guess what? Sometimes a lot of that stuff is in your heart and in your head, and you are tired and you haven't even started the work yet. You don't need to have all of these expensive programs, nor do you need to spend months and months writing an ebook or putting together an e-course. You need to start with an easy digital product. For me, I love audio. That's the way to go. Your first digital product, easy DP, an easy digital product, audio. Now, I talk to you more about that in the challenge, but I'm telling you that here because when it comes to making the time for what you want, you've got to be able to identify with yourself, what's the first step that I can take to move forward? For me, creating an information empire, the first step, answering one question, providing one piece of content, one digital offer, and then building from there. Which takes me to step 4. Because we talked about, number 1, identify what you want. Number 2, choose now versus someday. I talked about most people are not where they want to be because they're choosing Facebook over focus, Netflix over next level, and someday I will versus today I must. You have to choose today. You have to start now. Starting now means taking the first step, identifying what that first step is going to be for you. And the final thing in this conversation is building on what you've built. So one of the reasons, or the biggest reason why my store and my website has all this stuff is because I keep building on what I've built. Those first blog articles, those first digital products, those first people who said, yes, I want to talk to you one-on-one. I want to get in your mastermind group. Keep building on what you built, and you will see over time, you've created the life, you've created the products, you've created the experience that you want for yourself and that you want for other people too. It can be overwhelming. It can be overwhelming and intimidating if you've got all of these things that you want to do in your heart and in your mind, and you just visualize it and you see it and you're like, how am I going to bring all of that into fruition? Take the first step. Do that thing, rinse and repeat, and then build from there. So let's talk about what it means to build on what you've already built, okay? For me, it starts with prioritizing your priorities. How many of you want to, for example, create digital content, create your own products, build your online business? It's something that you want to do, but you find that you're overwhelmed and you're so consumed by everything else that you got to do in your life. Whether you're a mommy or not, whether you have a 9-to-5 or not, whether you're trying to get certified, you're going back to school, you're trying to learn how to do technology, you've got all this other stuff on your plate. So finding the time to build up, it's like, oh, right? Anybody feel that way? Feel overwhelmed? Got a lot on your plate? You've got kids, maybe little kids. The minute you get into the bathroom, mommy, mommy, mommy. The minute you go and sit down to see if you can start to just kind of write down what you want, mommy, 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 right? Everybody's kind of pulling at you in one way or another. The key to building, when you take that first step, is prioritizing your priorities, knowing that regardless of the people around you, regardless of the things that you have to do, you are going to say, I'm going to reserve this time for me. Michelle says yes. I'm going to reserve this time for me. Tequila says yes. What does that look like? There are 3 things that I want you to think about when it comes to prioritizing your priorities, reserving time to take the first step, and working on the things that you want in your life, whether it's creating a course, whether it's learning a new art. I'm getting back into drawing, right? So learning something creative that you want to do. I love coloring. I love drawing. I bought this tablet that's super cool that I can color on, and then it goes onto my computer. Whether it's learning how to dance or speak, whatever it is that you want to do in your life, write a book, you need to reserve time to make that happen. Good, Carisha, I'm going to reserve the time for me. That's important. You've got to reserve the time for yourself. So how do you do that? Okay, let's talk about the 3 ways to prioritize your priorities. Number 1, maybe you say, this is the day that of all the days, this is my day. One of my favorite quotes, a Sunday well spent brings a week full of content. So Sunday is actually a quiet day for me. It's an opportunity for me to say I'm not working on nobody else's stuff. If I want to cook today, maybe y'all will get me to cook. I don't know if you're going to get me to cook, but maybe you might get me to cook on Sunday. Okay? And I'm going to work on things that I want to do in my business. Little by little, I'm going to work on products I want to create, articles I want to write, ebooks I want to launch. That's my day. I love that. Sunday is a good day. It's a good day. It's a blessed day. And I'm all about being blessed and being a blessing. You know that phrase, too blessed to be stressed? That's me, the eternal optimist. You got to keep that energy with you so that you can power through everything that life is going to throw at you. Too blessed to be stressed, right? Sunday is a blessed day. Be blessed and be a blessing. Now, I say that to say this. If you say Sunday is the day, it works for me perfectly. That's my day to do things that I want to make time for in my life, whether it be business, personal, or professional. Awesome. Maybe it's Monday, maybe it's Tuesday. That day is up to you. But one way to prioritize your priorities is designate a day that works for you. Again, if you feel like this is something that you or maybe somebody you know needs to hear, you can tag them, you can share this audio, video, whatever it's called, live stream, do what you need to do. Sharing is caring. But that's number one. Reserve a day. Now, what if you say you can't reserve a day? Like, I wish I could reserve a day, LaShanda, but every day I need to be on and popping for my family, for my friends, for my coworkers. I have just all of these responsibilities in my church, you know, for my kids after school. There's never a day that I can say I can just knock out that whole day. Maybe that day 3 hours, maybe? Ooh, girl, you asking for too much. Well, okay, if you can't reserve a whole day or maybe 3 to 4 hours in one day every week to invest in prioritizing your priorities, how about 30 to 60 minutes every day? What does that mean? I remember when I was working in the 9-to-5 world, I was a side hustle sister. I was working my business on the side. Back then, one of my favorite quotes is you work your 9-to-5 to make a living, and then you work 5 to 9 to build your business. You know what I'm talking about? You go there and you do what you need to do with that job, and then you come home from 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. again, and you do what you do to make that money, to build that business, and to bring whatever you want to bring into fruition. Now, that can mean one of two things. Either you say, you know what? I'm going to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, just before everybody else wakes up, and maybe 30 minutes or 60 minutes, I'm going to work on my business. Or you know what? I've got an hour lunch break. So half of that time, I'm going to eat. The other 30 minutes, I'm going to work on my business. Or you know what? You say, you know, everybody's asleep by 11 o'clock. So from 11 to 12 or 11 to 2, when everybody else is sleeping, I'm working. I'm doing that thing that I need to do to turn my dreams into reality. Playing on that piano because I want to learn how to do the piano. Drawing in my notebook because I'm working on becoming an artist. Writing in that book because I want to have my book published in the next 30 to 90 days, right? What time frame can you pull out of the day to say that's my time to prioritize me and my dreams? Everybody has 24 hours in a day. You have it, I have it, your sheroes have it, your heroes have it, your gurus have it, your favorite celebrities and actors have it, your multi-million-dollar, six-figure her and her. We all have 24 hours in a day. You choose what you do with that time. And for some of us, we say we don't have the time, but we do if we took a really good look at what we do with our time. Because if you can find the time to spend 30 minutes here or an hour here on Facebook or Netflix or watching stuff randomly, watching kittens or little puppies on YouTube, that's the same time that you could have spent in your business. So either you can reserve one day a week that you say, this is my day, or you reserve 30 minutes to an hour, or maybe even 2 hours if you can stretch it at a specific time of day. Here's the last option. What if you say, listen, I wish I could. Girl, you don't even know. I wish I could reserve a day or maybe a certain time a day to work on my stuff. But guess what? My life just doesn't work that way. Anybody feel like that sometimes? Maybe not right now, but maybe sometimes you feel like being on that kind of routine, having that kind of time is a luxury that I never seem to have. If that's you, here's something else you can do. say to yourself, I'm going to reserve 1, 3, 5, or 7 days to do what I need to do. I'm going to take a 1-day or a 2-day or a 3-day vacation. I'm going to find a co-working space and go there. I'm going to find Starbucks, and for 3 days, I'm going to just camp out in Starbucks for 3 days, or Barnes & Nobles, right? I'm going to book a hotel room for a week. I'm going to tell my supervisor, my manager, listen, I'm taking my vacation days. I'll see you back in 5 days. Peace out. And I'm going to reserve 5 days to create a quiet space for me to do what I need to do in my business, in my life. Again, I'm talking to entrepreneurs, so it's all about you making the time to work on your business. But this is also a life conversation. How do you make the time to get what you want out of life? Sometimes you need to have some time just to reconnect with you. And if you can't create that kind of space for yourself on a regular, consistent basis, snap some time back. Snap some time back. Take 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, a week if you can, to say, man, this is just for me. I'm blessed that I've been able to transition. I used to work on my bed. And then when I moved from New York to North Carolina, I was able to reserve a little piece of my office, which was a piece of my bedroom. So I went from working on the bed to having a table where I could put my computer on. And then when I moved from the last apartment to my home, which I live in now, the big, beautiful home that I have now, I have a whole office. I have a quiet space. You either create that quiet space for yourself, or you go to a quiet space that you can reserve and book and stay and play in, get clear in, create amazing content in, and do that for yourself once a month, once a quarter, 4 times a year at the very least. So you know, these are the times that I am going to reserve working on me. These are the times that I am going to reserve getting the things that I want in my life. You see, at the end of the day, I believe that it's important for you to do something today that your future self will thank you for. That's how you set yourself up for success. And if you always find yourself saying, I don't have the time, I'll get to it later, you're not going to create the life you want. You're not going to live the life you want. You've got to make time for it. And these are some practical ways for you to do that. So for those of you listening live or even listening to the replay, drop in the comment box, let me know. When it comes to prioritizing your priorities, do you have a special day that you're going to reserve? Do you have a special time of day that you're going to reserve? Or are you thinking about maybe taking a few days off and creating a quiet space where you can work on what it is you're trying to work through? Just drop in the comment box, let me know. Me, I love to work on Sundays. And I also love to reserve a little time in the mornings on Mondays to maximize my morning magic. Mondays, when everybody else is in the hustle bustle mode and doing all this other stuff, I love to take that to just kind of get my week right, get clear about my agenda, and start knocking out the things that I want to work on. Make time for what you want. Now, I told you about the content marketing, content creation challenge that started today at sistasense.com/CMC. And I'm going to tell you, one of the best things about what I get to do as an entrepreneur is I get to simultaneously work on my business and teach people how to work on theirs. So right now, I'm all about springing into action. I'm about to jump on my YouTube game, get that up. I'm about to create some crazy information products. And as I do that in my business, because I have the mastermind and I'm working on the 90-day challenge, I get to show you how to do that too, how to create digital products, how to engage your audience, how to use blogging and social media to get people excited about what you do through content creation and content marketing. That's what the challenge is all about. And that's what I get the luxury of doing. I get the luxury of doing that stuff in my business because I love to teach and I love to create content, but then I get to show you how to do that too as part of my content creation challenge, which is again at sistasense.com/CMC. Think about that. How can you simultaneously create a space where you can work on and do the things that you love while you teach other people those things too? That's pretty awesome. I feel blessed that I get to do that in my business, and I feel super, super blessed that I get to inspire you and teach you how to do the same things too. Okay? So the last thing that I want to share with you is this. when it comes to prioritizing your priorities, when it comes to creating a space for yourself, once you've defined whether it's a day or a certain time of day or certain days of the month that you're going to do that, make sure that quiet space is just that, quiet. You turn off your email, you don't look at Gmail, you don't look at your alerts, you don't look at Facebook, you don't look at Instagram. You make sure everybody knows do not disturb is on the door. Don't knock on the door, don't talk to me, don't ask me for nothing. This day, these 3 hours, this 30 minutes right here, this is just tunnel vision. This is me working on my vision. That's it. Don't ask me no questions, don't ask for my help. You don't want to fall off course, and you want to be able to maintain your momentum in that space, because guess what? Distractions are everywhere. Beware. Create that quiet space, turn off, tune out of everything else, so that in that time period, whether it's 30 minutes or 30 days, you reserve that time to do what you need to do in your business. Again, in your business, because I'm talking to entrepreneurs, but in your life, if you want to take this conversation about how to make time for the things that you want in your life to a whole other level. Now, I'm going to stop this conversation right here for 2 reasons. Number one, I saw that quite a few of you said, where is that link? What is that challenge? It starts today. And you don't necessarily have to say, did I miss anything if I didn't start today? No, because the challenge is live. There are live pieces of it, but there are also pieces of that I'm going to email you so that you can get it in your inbox. And then there are replays to the live. So wherever you start, whenever you start, you don't miss anything. But I'm going to be honest with you. Now is the best time to start. So sistasense.com/CMC. When you get there, I have this amazing audio session that I talk to you about the first 4 steps you need to take to build your own empire. I get to answer some questions that you may have about the challenge, and then you can immediately start to dig in. That's number one. But number two, I'm jumping off here because now I'm going to jump on to another live web class on Periscope at periscope.tv/sistasense so that I can talk to you about how to build it like a boss. I want to talk to my overthinkers and my overspenders about how you can run your online business with strategy and intention and snap to it and get things done. Stop overthinking the process. Any overthinkers here? Any overthinkers? If you are, you want to make sure that you go either watch the replay or join me on Periscope now, because I'm going to dive in. I want to make sure that you can simplify the process to amplify your success and get things done. So build it like a boss. That's my next live web class happening in the next 5 minutes. I hope I see some of you guys there. But of course, inside of that, or rather I should say outside of that, beyond that free web class, there is the content creation 90-day challenge that starts today at sistasense.com/CMC. So one way or another, I'm going to see you somewhere, and we are going to work on making the time for you to rock the web and create amazing. All right, so leave me a comment. Let me know if you have any questions here. You can also email me at sistasense@gmail.com, as well as participate in the content creation challenge at sistasense.com/CMC. All right, y'all. I am about to jump on periscope.tv/sistasense for the next section on how to build it like a boss. See you there. Take care.